Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie, is, I think, the fourth entry in the SpongeBob film franchise. And as you might expect from this now ancient brand, the personality, style, and humor on display has been diluted beyond most recognition. That's not to say the premise itself is bad, however. The story follows Sandy as we finally learn where she came from, what she was doing all these years, and even get some halfway poignant themes about the duality of life and family. To keep up the positive for now, it's not like all of the humor is bad either. SpongeBob's absurdism has almost been completely killed, but there's still some left somehow. A few of the sight gags and narrative turns are ridiculous in the best ways, and the usage of color and lighting provides some seriously stunning visuals during key scenes. There's some awesome craftsmanship on display regardless of the film's overall quality. But that's about all the good on display here. This is a tired, overlong, noisy spectacle, which fails tremendously in doing justice both to its own series and its story. To start, the padding is insane. The film consists largely of sight gags, but they're dragged on far, far beyond the point of comedy. All of the humor would be fine if it were rapid fire, but instead it feels like they stretched these 3-second slapstick shenanigans into insufferable odysseys. Brevity, wit, and timing just went out the window. But even if you ignore the gags, which is quite challenging, and focus purely on the story, it's just as dire. The entire plot is exposited to the characters early on, but then they spend the entire rest of the runtime pretending they didn't hear it. Maybe they had water in their ears. This leads to a narrative without any suspense, where you're watching exposition scene after exposition scene, repeating key information you've already heard, up until the convoluted final confrontation. And somewhere in the middle of all that train wreck, there are surprisingly heartfelt themes about the true nature of family. Because Sandy is from two worlds, she has two families, her traditional family and her found family. But rather than be torn between the two, she simply embraces both and lives her life to the fullest with all the love from both halves of her life. It doesn't matter where she lives, she's still Sandy. Or, as the film puts it, a place is just a place, your heart makes it a home. It's a shame about everything else though.